The market's a little bit red today, and I feel like I want to pull that meme out where the fire's burning and the guy's saying everything's fine. But while we're sitting here, and in the last 10 minutes, we've noticed BTC start pushing down quite hard and sitting on a 618. And yeah, so there's a lot to talk about here because there were some signs yesterday with some head and shoulders forming on coins like Phantom, Solana, MATIC. We saw that coming out. Then we had some crack and FUD. So these things are potentially rolling over. So I'm going to go through some of these altcoins with you and just see where we can head up, where we're going to end up with some of these bearish looking setups going on. And then I've got something special for you guys. I've got a handful of picked out small caps that have potential to do about a 20 to 30x in this current bull market, and I've got a special guest who's going to be talking about it today. I've pulled him out of the Sniper Club specially for you guys, so we're going to bring him through shortly. Let's get right into it. Let's get up to the current BTC chart here and just take a look at what's just happened here. We've just had this burnout candle. While I was prepping in the last few minutes, it started dipping off. And what it did give us here was a little 618 that we are dancing around now with some horizontals. So I'm watching this level closely right now. And then my backup plan is this 35,900, call it 36K level that we don't really want to start losing, because then things are going to start turning a little bit bearish here, and we're going to start seeing things like this playing out, and potential hunting of this wick here at 34,500. So let's keep our eyes on the current situation. This is the 4 hour. Let's see if we do get a bounce. We're going to start plotting areas that could be of interest to us. The one saving grace that we have noticed was while things were falling over, the dominance started dropping a touch. But now as we've switched on here, this dominance on the 1 hour is pushing up again. So I haven't looked at these alts in a few minutes, and we might see some opportunities brewing here. So let's get a look at some of these now. I want to pull up Solana quickly because this is a prime example of something potentially moving into an area for us. So yesterday we saw a head and shoulders forming on Sol. We saw a head and shoulders on Phantom. We saw it on MATIC as well. The signs were there, and it has now played out. So what did they give us? They gave us the loss of this trend, which was our first sign. Then we had the bounce of the 786. And we formed that right shoulder, and now we've been drifting down, and in the last couple of minutes we've just lost the 786. So potential landing zones for Solana. Right now we are looking at the 618 and trend as our next bounce area. You can see how this is tying in quite nicely here with this rising trend. So this is something I'm watching quite keenly, and yeah, possible longs coming into play within the next 15 or 20 minutes, I would say. So let's keep our eyes on this. This is the 50 level for Sol. This has always been an interesting level for us. If we do start dropping further, we are going to look at a scenario like this, and then we are playing at around about the 40 region potentially. So right now for me, I'm eyeing out potential longs here for Solana on a dip into this 50 region. That's the 618 horizontal and trend. So let's see how things play out here, but that I do have my eyes on now. Let's take a look at Phantom. This was the other example. Let me just take these trading view alerts off. My alerts have been going crazy while things have been melting down here. Same setup, exactly the same setup. We had the head and shoulders. We lost that trend and we've drifted down. And funnily enough, Sol and Phantom were both sitting on the 786. If you look at Sol, they were almost identical the way they were going about this. So 786, and now Phantom is leaning into its 618 horizontal region. So this is an area of interest now for Phantom as well, for the bulls. Potential move coming here. And again, if we start losing this trend, things are going to look a little bit messy here, and we're going to start drifting lower, and we might be looking at an area in this region at around about 0.23. So that's a deep, dark place we don't really want to be visiting anytime soon. So right now, first bounce area that I'm interested in, 0.287, and let's see how that plays out. I mean, at some point they can't send us permanently down in a straight line. At some point they have to bounce us, give us a little bit of that up down action. So we are looking for some kind of relief bounce in that area, and then we'll ride it to trend, or we'll ride it to that horizontal, and we'll figure it out from there. Okay, the next one was MATIC that I wanted to show you guys, and a very similar situation forming out here with MATIC. Head and shoulders in play, and we've now lost this major trend, and we are now at my first reaction area. this 200-week MA. This is my first reaction point where we're expecting some kind of bounce, perhaps to reject that trend again and then send it lower. So I'm looking for a long on MATIC in this region at around about 0.69. So that is my ideal long region for MATIC. And the reason I like this area is the 200-day MA. We've got the 50-day MA. We've got the horizontals as well, and a 618 FIB. So for me, that's quite a hot zone for MATIC. So we need to let this head and shoulders play out a little bit more on MATIC and let it drift down. Now, another hot topic today is the NVIDIA results. We did touch on it yesterday, and we saw one of the few tokens performing in the last while was Render. And last time NVIDIA had a nice earnings report, Render actually pumped quite nicely. So that was something I've had my eyes on keenly. So now we're going to watch NVIDIA till the end of the day. The earnings are only coming out later. So we're going to have to see if that's going to be a catalyst for the markets in general. I mean, right now we do have NVIDIA, just a reminder, sitting at this resistance zone. So things could get very interesting if we do get a situation where they post great earnings and things start moving here. We know we've got stop losses sitting here because this was a big short out there in the open for the last couple of weeks. So we could have a bit of a squeeze there on NVIDIA. And then downside, well, that might result in poor earnings, might result in a dip here, and that might affect sentiment in the US market, which I am watching closely as well. So US market is currently at resistance, and we need to keep our eyes on that. Is the NVIDIA result going to be a catalyst to push us through and send us higher, or is it going to be that catalyst now that gives us all that breather that some people have been expecting, and maybe a look at closing this gap here at 4460, anyway down to about 4,390. So that is something we need to look out for. I see Jason sold all his MATIC yesterday. Well, nice play, Jason. Good one for you there. Yeah, a bit of head and shoulders. Things were looking a little bit tired at one point there yesterday, and now it is playing out today. Let's see who else is here in the chats. Black Friday harvesting incoming. Anyone? We got questions. Anyone here from India? Dynaway is here. What's happening? What's happening? We got Cheshire looking for some info on Bonk. Well, guys, I've got something great for you coming up shortly. We've got these small caps. You've heard of one or two of them already. There might be one you guys have never heard of. Errol says he's shorting Render. Let's just take a look at this Render tie in here with NVIDIA, and you can see right now Render has pumped, lost trend, pumped back into trend. Look at that, and it's now rejected on a 618. So we are going to be watching this level closely here for Render. Render is now currently in your bounce area. So if we're going to tee up anything on Render to tie in with good NVIDIA results, this is your bounce zone. This region here, 3.28 is our area of interest now for Render. So let's keep our eyes on that. But classic TA in play here. This little 618 rejection and trend after we lost it. So let's see how that plays out in the next few minutes. Okay, let's get Simon. Let's get Simon here. So you guys know Chaos. He's always in the chats, and he's part of the sniper team, and he's got something special here for you today. He does a lot of work and a lot of research on, and sometimes I don't give him enough credit. I call them shit coins, but you know I'm just joking.
Shit coins. So, it's only because you're not in them yet. When you're in them, they're not shit coins anymore.
I'm not in enough of that. So we tend to call them shit coins, but we are just joking because a lot of them are very good projects, and some of them have done really well for people. And Simon, as you may know, he found CAS. Originally, he bought it at next to nothing. He's a big CAS bag holder, and he knows how to filter his way through these coins. So I especially asked him on here today because things were looking a little bit quiet out there, a little bit of blood out there, and we thought, well, this is the perfect opportunity to look at some of these small caps and see if we can try and if we get some kind of pullback here where we can get these entries, because this man knows his stuff. So let's talk about our first one. What do you want to bring to the party here today?
I'm just going to add one thing. I didn't know this morning we were going to get this pullback. So what's really surprised me is one of them hasn't moved. It's proper strong. The force is strong with this one. This is going to be absolutely mental. All right, cool. So should we start with, let's start with Microvision chain, guys. Let me pull my screen up real quick. Is that all right?
Okay. So is this space? Because I've been charting this getting
space.
Ready for you.
Yeah, do you want to just show us? Yeah, so this is Space USDT.
Okay. Talk to us about it. What's the story here?
Just before we go any further, just bear in mind, guys, that the stuff that we're dealing with now, these are new to the market. It's not like your previous bull run tokens, which are, I wouldn't say safe because we all know what Luna did. But you have got a heck of a big chance that these can go to zero much, much quicker. And anytime you jump in one of these, just don't bet the house because you'll lose your house. Do not bet the house. However, if you bet small amounts, you might get a house. You know,
okay.
So
high risk plays.
Right.
You need to know what you're dealing with here. This is not leverage stuff. This is high risk stuff that you could potentially get a 20 to 30x over the next
or 100,
what? The next 18 months, or 100x
100
over the next 18 months. Okay. So, talk to us about space. Let us know what this is. What is the project, the research?
So, obviously, we'll look at your screen, but I'll give you a quick rundown. So, Microvision chain, it's a scalable blockchain. I did a little bit of words before I got here. So currently we're sitting at a 38 million market cap, right? So you can call this a small market cap. I don't think it's necessarily a micro anymore because there are so many projects available now. It's not like the old days where there was just 100 coins. There's something ridiculous like 20,000 coins now. So, you know, I call this a small cap. It's a 38 million market cap. We have been DCA the shit out of this for a long time. We spoke about it in Discord. We've gone to town on this one. And so far, you know, a lot of guys are up a lot of, well, basically they've made a lot of money, which is great. And it's a layer 1 blockchain with, if you like, a layer 2 scaling facility. It's mapped 1-to-1 in terms of tokenomics with Bitcoin in as much as there's 21 million of them. This, however, has got smart contracts. It's got a working DEX, which is MVC swap. And I tried to put a target on this earlier that I think that this can go to. Let's just say we fast forward a while, right? And bearing in mind, this is all degen what ifs, yeah? Because a lot of these will go to zero, but like Casper, a lot of them will come out of the woodwork and go for the moon. So basically, if you put this on some sort of success level, when all the institutional money comes in and there are trillions and trillions of dollars in the market, and something like Space comes along as a secondary token to Bitcoin and picks up the sort of market cap that Bitcoin's got, it's a 17,000 x. So it is not possible to accurately give you what the returns might be. It's not 100x. It's not a
17. We can't come with 17,000.
No, exactly. This is why you can't set a target. So it's very simple, Dylan. This one, the target is just up. Yeah, the others I can give you figures for and targets, but something like Space, you're so early, guys. You know, it's just one of these things. As people are writing in the comments, you know, high risk, high returns. Some people that know it quite well.
Why did you invest in this?
So one of the things I look for is market cap. The market cap at the time was very low on this. It was under 30 million. I mean, I have been in ones that they've had 100 grand market caps. That's not necessarily instrumental of that, but something like this, it was the market cap, it was the price, it was the fact that it's quite a new token. The token itself it was launched on the 16th of July 2023 on MEXC. Now, it would have probably have been on the likes of TXBit before that, and I think wherever the earlier exchange was, I would have picked some up because I remember having this for quite some time. But if you like, it's a year old or less, and something like that has always got the facility to really snowball and pick up steam. And on Twitter, or X as it's now called, it just started trending, you know. So to give you guys an idea of what I look for, I'm looking at market cap, and I'm also looking at community, because community is really important. And something like Space, it's got a really dedicated, loyal community. They had a Discord server. I've not been too active in there, but obviously I keep an eye on what's going on. And Twitter is absolutely on fire with this token. It's got a working DEX now, which it didn't have 6 weeks ago. You know, it's just making all the right noises to become a full ecosystem. You know what I mean, Dill? So it's just.
So let's go DCA vibes here. Right now, it's on a level 382 horizontal. This is the daily chart, so it is at a SR region now. You can see it's trying to hold this 382. So if you're going to DCA this, you're happy here, 382, round about this 17.5 level. And
I've got the same box, yeah.
Okay, and then at around about 13.5 to 14. So these are potential areas you could look at. Guys, remember, this is small stuff, high risk plays, but there might be something here. With this space. Okay, cool. So those are the areas, 17.5 and call it 14 to 13.5.
I've got 13.3. Yeah. So I mean that. So in terms of space, what else can I tell you?
What else do you have? What's our next?
Yeah. Do you want to see the next token? No problem. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, the next one I've got. Do you want me to share screen for this one? This is.
Pull it up.
Yeah. Okay. Give me 1 second while I get you back. There we go. Right, you got me, yeah? Okay, so the next one is, so this is 𝗓𝗲𝗀, guys. It's ticker is 𝗓𝗲, okay? Now, this is a Web3-based RWA, real-world asset enabled blockchain issuer. There's a fund manager and it's a technology provider, and it actually specializes in real estate, you know, in property. So what you can do with something like 𝗓𝗲𝗀 is you can actually, you know how we talk about tokenizing real world assets still. So, I mean, this is property. There's like, that's a serious, if you go into the world and look at what people make the most money on, I mean, bricks and mortar is it's what I do, what I used to do for a living here in the UK. It's one of the key cornerstones of all, you know, industry in my opinion. Everyone needs somewhere to live. So it's essentially, there's more to it than this. There's a whole wallet building. You can actually stake on the wallet. It's available on multiple different chains, but essentially, you just go to 𝗓𝗲𝗀.fund, you set yourself up an account, you register and log in. And when you log into this site, it's basically a wallet. You can manage your funds there and you can get into tokenization of real world assets. It's huge. And if you look where we've come from, you can see the screen still, right?
Yeah. Market cap,
cool.
40 million.
Yeah. I mean, listen, the market cap on this one, where are we? Is 55 million. Some of the websites report it slightly differently, like CoinMarketCap doesn't tend to work too well. It's 55 million market cap. I actually called this when it was down at 1 cent. Okay, so we are unbelievably high. I'm at a 50x already. So there arguably, you need to wait for some sort of pullback, or if there's no pullback to be had, then we just got to keep going. This has probably got somewhere in a 3 to 5x in it still, and that's not taking into account all the new money which may flow in. If this really takes off and RWA becomes a real thing like AI is now, you've just got this untapped resource of assets, and for me, 𝗓𝗲𝗀's up there with the absolute best of them. There are other RWA tokens available out there, but something like 𝗓𝗲𝗀, it's been at this, we're already at a 50x. It's a well-established token now. This was listed, 1 sec, as you can see, some time ago. This is where we were buying on Discord when we were making the calls. So this has been here since September 2020. So it's a well-established token. Look where we are compared to where we've been. Yeah, so certainly at the very least, to go from 50 cents where we are now, even just back up to these highs, that's a 5x straight out the door, and that's not including new money. So you can see why I'm really excited for this one.
I just want to bring up some of my chart here. So this is the 4 hour. This is the 𝗓𝗲𝗀 4 hour. So here, nice support base here, Simon, 47. If it does pull back, so that would be quite a nice area if we do get an opportunity here for a pullback. 47 region trend horizontal, nice area. There was a bit of a rejection here. I wonder if that's just linked to the current sell-off. And then if we zoom out, does that look the same as yours? Is this 𝗏𝐶? So 𝗏𝐶
you're on 𝗏𝐶. Yeah, I've got slightly more history on OKX, but yeah, same sort of look.
Okay. So yeah, guys, you can get this on 𝗏𝐶. I think BitGet as well.
Yeah,
there is a link in the description if you want to grab it on one of those. Okay. let's see. I've got a couple of questions, guys. We've got two more that we've got for you that we want to go through. Jonathan is saying this PYTH is dipping. Yeah, what's your take on this PYTH? Massive launch, big fanfare.
Yeah. So we were talking about this again yesterday in the 𝗏𝗏𝗏 Club. So I actually hopped in. There was an enormous God candle. I don't know if have you got it on your screen. Do you want to just bring it up so that we can visually look at it as well? There was an enormous God candle to $4. Just check. It looks. Yeah, look at that. It's crazy. Now, before it launched, PYTH, I've got to be careful how I say it because Sheldon accused me of saying something else yesterday. It was being bought over the counter pre-listing, if you like, at 40 cents. So one of the things that I do is I tend to just add a zero on the end, because when these God candles come, they come onto the exchange. The poor innocent people that don't know how to trade properly yet, they get stuck in this candle, and it takes them like a year to really come back. Maybe they never get the money out. Depends on the token. So I literally said on Discord, guys, we're going to $4. The OTC price before listing was 40 cents. Expect all of the guys between that 40 cents and whatever it goes up to, $40, to sell off. It'll bring the price back down rapidly. The bots will be working away over time. We'll come down below the 40 cents. We'll find a floor at some point, and literally, no word of a lie, I got in at 27.5, and I think that is just about the low. And so, I'm still in.
Key lessons from here. You don't buy these as they get launched on exchanges. Just stay away. Give them time to settle. It's not worth being the guy that buys the top. It's always very exciting. It's always very tempting, but just steer away when they launch. There's always time for consolidation. You can always jump into something. Ganesh is really after MATIC here. Let's see what the latest is with MATIC. Yeah, Ganesh, we looked at MATIC when I opened here. So this is the first sort of reaction zone for MATIC, the 200-week MA. But I'm targeting this 0.68 region for potential buy. So I actually have a couple of limit orders set down there in case it happens quite quickly, in case there's a move. I'm looking for buys for MATIC at the 69, 68 region. So yeah, we'll keep watching as we go. I see there was a headline posted here in the chat. Let us know more about this. Mr. Pumperlot said DOJ to announce cryptocurrency enforcement actions today. So let us know in the chat.
That's to do with Binance. That's this $4 billion fine. It's not cheap, but he'll take him to court, surely, won't he? He's got to see this through.
But if the man's got 4 billion and then the problems are solved, it might actually be good. It might actually be good for things. So
I can't imagine. Yeah, the money lost, Dylan, if BNB went under. And what was the other one? BNB.
Kraken.
There was the second token. Oh, no, there was a second token on the Binance chain. It was BNB. There was the two made up collateralized ones. BNB and I can't think what it was. Maybe it was to do with TWT, the wallet. But they were just made up from nothing. So, he could, in theory, just sell it and then come up with the money. Do you know what I mean? That would save a lot of headache.
Yeah. So, look, can he afford it? It sounds like he can. Can he get out of it? Possibly. And I think the market would like that clarity. I mean, if you look at this thing with Kraken today, a little bit of FUD with Kraken. We've seen this story before. They're calling MATIC, Sol, OMG, all these tokens, they're calling them securities. We've seen this story before. It seems like a lot of FUD again all over the place. A little flush out coming. But again, this is opportunity for us to get the entries that we want. So we just keep watching these tokens, and like I explained the other day with a lot of them, for example, MATIC, you look for your big areas. You can pull those fibs from when these moves started, sort of late October. This one is, where's this, 18th of October, sort of that sort of period. So you can pull those fibs, look for where they're tying in on all your favorite altcoins, and you can try and guesstimate where they might end up if things start falling over. So that's always my first step. And I like to look where the juicy 618s are and where they're tying in with the 200 days, the 50 days, and those type of things. So those are always good regions, and sometimes just be a little bit patient, and you can get your opportunity. Okay, we've got two more. One of them I actually discussed with Hustle. When Hustle was on the show, he was talking big things. He was talking 50x for that. We're going to sell this one for likes, though. Where are we now? How many likes do we have? We've got 169 likes. Guys, we need a couple more likes here, and then we're going to pull out the 50x that Simon has been looking at. I want to see it. So let's keep watching these likes, and we're going to get it out for you. Cyborg says he just sold all of his link before it goes to minus. All my link before go minus.
Said it's a -5.
Michelle's got us. Yeah, Michelle, keep it coming. Michelle's going to keep us posted. Guys, smash that like. Come on, guys. If you want to see, the next 50x, we've got it ready.
They obviously don't want to make money. Hey, non-financial ways.
The update while we're sitting here. They are trying to hold it. 618 trend, trying to hold it for now. So let's see how we go. So far, so good. Let's see render update. Render has bounced on that horizontal. Link update. Link 618. Link 618 bounce. Trend retest. So far, so good. Okay, how are we looking here? Okay, when we hit 300 likes, we are on. When we hit 300 likes, we are pulling out the 50x. I quite like the look of this link retest here.
I was just going to say, I'm looking at link now, just on the 5-minute chart to see what's going on locally. There's bullish divergence printing as we speak, and the RSIs are facing up.
I wanted to take you through 𝐓𝐡𝐞 as well on DYDX and Algo.
Okay.
So. Okay, we've hit our 300. So let's pull out the next 50x. And then, guys, we've got some setups brewing on 𝐓𝐡𝐞 that are tying into some good areas here on some of these coins. So, okay, what's our 50x?
Right. Should we do the... I've got a 40x, potentially. Obviously, these are just arbitrary numbers. And I've got a... I don't actually know what this one is. I'm going to give you... We're going to do games for a living real quick, and then we'll save the new one till last. How's that?
Well, I still call games for a living as a 50x.
Oh, listen, I'm happy with that because I've got a slightly smaller number, I think. Do you know what I found interesting? So on your chart, do you remember I spoke to you about what happens on the 13th of every month? There's a token sell-off, 2% of the tokens enter the market, and on the 13th of every month, we get a price dip, right? I know that Hustle said it wasn't such a big deal, but I've actually got a chart here to show you after you've done sharing screen. I'll bring it up. It's very telling. I'll show you after you presented.
I'm just highlighting the 13th of every month. Yeah, you can see there's a couple of sell-offs there. Okay, let me pull your screen up here.
Okay, so I thought this was very interesting. So I've just thrown it on the 90-day chart just to give us the last 3 months, okay? So we got a 13th, it's actually the 12th here, but it's this region. So we have this dip, okay? If we go back a month to there is the low point. It's 13th and the 14th. Can you see that all right? I don't know if it's blurry.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So and then again here, look, 13th of September, bang on. So what you generally get with these, let me just switch it to candles. Hang on. No, that doesn't help. But what you generally get with this is on the build up to this date, let's use this month for example, from the 13th of the previous month, you tend to get a good push up, a couple of retraces, and it keeps pushing. Then it dips, and then obviously you get some months which are more bullish than the others. We get a real push, and then 13th of November is just here. So what I'm now expecting, I can't obviously show on this, but it would be, as long as the month is bullish, it'd just be some more of this basically, where we end up sort of up here. So games for a living is, you know, it's an immersive gaming studio. It's already got 4 games out. You know, it's an active doc studio. Some of the founders are from some unbelievable previous projects. I think even things like Activision, Infinity Ward, maybe even, I think it was either EA Sports or someone like that. But they've got this investable token. Aside from the unlocks, the tokenomics are pretty good. And I had a note here that if GFAL had a market cap of Gala, here we go, it's an 86x. Okay, so 86, yeah. Right, so let me just repeat that. If Games for a Living gets the market cap that Gala Games had at its high, I think it might have been, sorry, it's an 86x from this point. So my target for this token is $3.43, and we're currently sitting, where are we? 3 cents. So it's a huge push. And guys, it may only get to half of that, but that's an enormous push.
𝐓𝐡𝐞 liked it. 𝐓𝐡𝐞 liked it as a 50x. Whenever I've tried to look for an entry, it does play nice. It does play very nicely with these levels and these fibs. And I think we've had a good response here on this 382. And any dips into that 382, I think it's opportunity for GFAL. I think this is a nice long-term position to hold. Yeah,
there's a buy now as well. So 𝗏𝐶 and 𝗏𝗏 have both given us a purchase signal. So just bear in mind, this is a spot buy, guys. You're holding this to try and get a 50x. This is non-financial advice, and it could go to zero, obviously. But if you throw $50 in it and it gets a 50x, then why not enter here when there's a buy signal? Why, you don't have to wait for a retracement, down further, or whatever. It's for these sorts of levels. I mean, we're not that far up to where we started investing in this. So, it's there's no need to wait for something that's a spot hold, in my opinion.
Look, and it's had nice consolidation over the last while. We've seen a lot of other gaming tokens just completely blow up. But this has been a nice slow mover, consolidation. Maybe it's going to push higher, but this is on my radar as well. So I think this is an absolute banger.
There's 4 games. There are 4 games out. If you go to the GFAL website, they've got links to the 4 games. They're okay. They're typical for Web3 games. We haven't got anything out that's Xbox worthy because the technology's still new. But it'll come. It will come.
Okay. I see we've got some movers here. Look at this reaction of the 618 trend retest for Link. What happened? Trend retest, candle popping. 618 trend, horizontal stuff. There goes Link, pushing off for us. Let's look at BTC. Look at that candle on BTC. I think it's on now. That's the candle we were looking for. So let's take a look at things on support. So we were saying MATIC bounce zone on this 200-week MA. A little bit slow for now, but it is reacting. I'm not expecting a massive bounce. If it does bounce here, I'm looking for a reaction here at this trend. So MATIC's a small mover. We're looking for a few percent just into trend here. Let's look at Render. Look at that candle. It's horizontal. Coming to the party there for us. Look at that move. Okay, so we're away. These altcoins are away again. Let's take a look at Solana.
To the moon. Again.
Solana's reclaimed that 786. Phantom's trying to reclaim the 786. We're just not getting our lows. And then this is what I was watching earlier, this DYDX. Can we pull up your 𝗏𝐶? I want to see. I was watching this today on the 1 hour, and it started printing a potential long for me on the 1 hour earlier. And I want to see, because we had a hack with DYDX, there was also a token unlock. Things have been selling off a little bit, but it's looking very interesting here to me.
Did you say one? Are you calling for a long? Are you? Or are you still waiting to see what happens?
Yeah, it was. Right, let me see what you got here. So I was looking for a long on the 1 hour earlier. I'm adding your screen.
All right. Let me just add another indicator here real quick, just so I can get confirmation for you, 𝗏𝗏𝗶. There we go. All right. I have to. So you're still looking for a long now, right? Or not?
Yeah, potential long off this area. Yeah.
Okay. So I tell you what I'm seeing. Right. This is what I'm seeing in terms of a potential long. There was a strong short, which obviously pushed out a signal here, right on time. Look, we were moving up, and sure enough, the signal came before this main move, which is awesome. So this short signal is accurate. Now what we've seen is we've got 1 take profit there. Yep. And as you know, there's a maximum of 3. It doesn't always print 3. You might get 1 or 2. What's interesting is we've just touched the reversal zone. Just for everyone that doesn't know, this is the reversal zone, guys. It's everything inside these red and green ribbons is normal price action. When it starts touching down into these, it's basically a reversal zone. But Dylan, I am seeing a few complementary points here that mean the long may not be coming yet, and I'll show you what they are real quick. We've got a red trend here, okay, and it's still red. It is flat. It's flat. It's leveled out, but at this time, it is still red. That's the first thing. The second thing, on Market Cypher, you probably can't really see it, but there is a red sell signal right there, okay, and as such, this money flow, which flowed in, reversed. And the money flow is actually coming down now. So it looks like money is still flowing out. Now we've had a reaction off that 618, so that doesn't mean that this doesn't reverse and this doesn't reverse. This can go green straight away, you know. You've also got a short signal on 𝐓𝐿𝐴𝐽, so on the oscillator. What is working in the favor is on here, this red wave which runs through, it's the negative cash flow. It is getting shorter and it's starting to come up. So what you might get is a cross over the horizon and a push up. So at this point, if I jump down to the 15 minute, just to kind of dial in just a little bit. Right, so this is more telling. Here you go. We'll just change the settings real quick so that it's accurate. There we go. Guys, if you don't know how to do this, I'm going through this 3 times a week in the mornings, maybe more on the Sniper Club with a nice Zoom 3 or 4 times a week. So deal, we've got a buy, have a green cash flow, which is just turning up again. That's 3 things. There was a short. We've had no take profit from the short, which is a slight concern, but it wicked down hard into there and it's pushed back up. So it's possible that this is the start of the long, okay? And we might get a signal right here. So at this point, there's 1, 2, 3 things on the 15 minute telling me that we might be due to go long here, okay?
So let me show you what I'm looking at and tell me if I've got it wrong here. But this is the 4-hour DYDX, and I've already got this take profit print off that short on this horizontal support region. I've got this nice little candle here now, so that's why I was so interested in this region, this 618. So
let me take
it's printing an X for me on my settings out.
Yeah, but we're on different time frames. Let me just throw it onto the 4-hour. So on the 4-hour, I've got the X as well, bud. So on the 4-hour, which is obviously more dialed. Oh, what's going on here? Sorry. On the 4-hour, I've got an X. The RSIs are facing up, and you've got. Am I on the screen right now? Or
I'm going to put it up.
Okay, just put it back up. So on the 4-hour, obviously you spoke to me about the 1 hour. The 4-hour looks good as well, mate. There's your short. There's your TP, which means that the long may print here. But this is interesting. There's a long here, but this is really interesting. There's bullish divergence present. So the price action here, the start point is obviously higher than here. It's for anyone else in the audience that doesn't know what divergence is, but the RSI is lower and it's higher there. So it does look like the 1 hour was the only time frame that looks bearish. Everything else looks good.
Okay. So longs for DYDX, I'm going to take a small long then. I'm going to take a small entry here. I'm going to stop out under this candle, 2.8. Let me zoom out here on mine quickly and just show you guys the next area. And then, yeah, guys, we had such a nice reaction from Link. Perfect 618 trend retest there. It was, yeah, it's the science coming into play there for us. It was absolutely perfect. So DYDX, if this doesn't work, if this region doesn't work, we are looking at trend and 786 lower down. So we know this is a hot zone down here, 2.61. That's a hot area. If this one doesn't work, I'm looking for something up here, little reaction, a trend maybe. And if BTC is going to be polite, we should get that continuation. So there's always a couple of types of entries. You get these aggressive entries off these lows, and then you get the second type of entry, which is the break of trend and retest. So there's always a couple of options available. And then once we've changed trend, then things get a little bit easier. The toughest longs are always the ones on the big support areas, because if we don't hold the level, they sometimes send us to the next one lower down. So always make sure you know your next level. So right now DYDX, it's right here, 2.99. Next area 2.62. Let's just look at this link again, and I see a lot of notes coming through on BNB. So there's obviously some kind of settlement happening here, and I was charting BNB earlier today. So we're going to look at that now. But again, for all you guys that out there that love fibs, hopefully as much as I do, I mean, look at the 618 horizontal and trend just delivering again. It's just the best. It's just the absolute best when this does this for us. Okay, let's
look at BNB on the 1 hour. My God, look at that candle on the 1 hour. Yes.
So guys, are we back? Are we back? Is the bull market back?
We must be. We're on the moon. We are. Yeah, we're back. We're
done now.
That's a higher high, man. That's it.
I hope Bruce is in the back there firing up some trades. Bruce, we're going to pull you up now. I'm sure Bruce has got some stuff there for us. So Bruce is waiting very patiently here in the wings. We're going to bring him up. But guys, just confirm there in the chat. Is the bull market back? Just let me know. Asking for a friend after that little meltdown.
I'm the friend. Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, so we broke this nice resistance area. So I was saying earlier today, I was watching this chart. I dropped it in the 𝐴𝐵𝐵 Club. We broke this resistance. We wanted to see this daily candle hold under the 200-week moving average, which was 250 as our support. Now we have that break. So the upside target here, the immediate target for BNB is 290 to 300. So that is locked in. I don't see why we wouldn't get that now. Support to watch 255, that region. Look, I don't really trade BNB. It's not the most exciting thing for me. But on your watch list, and it's very topical now. So we have broken a major resistance area. This has been resistance since June, and that's going to make, it should make excellent support here. So upside target, immediate target, 290 to 300. So Department of Justice announced the settlement on a press conference. So it's all systems go. Let's take a look at how BTC is reacting. Nice little candle, nice little bounce there. Let's hope it holds. It's always good to get that reaction. Let's take a look at dominance. Okay, dominance a little bit unchanged now, but ideally, look, we don't mind if dominance pumps if BTC is pumping. That's not the worst result in the world. So yeah, we'll keep watching that. Let's just update ETH as well, the stablecoin, the local stablecoin. Again, I'm not getting too excited about ETH personally until we start breaking this trend. You can see we're in a clear downtrend here on ETH. You can see what's happening here. They keep selling off every time we get to those areas. Every time I got excited, they sell us off. So right now, I want to see a clear trend break on ETH. I want to see 2020 become support there. And then we start pushing on. Then we can climb into ETH. But right now, as far as I'm concerned, they keep trying to send us lower. So 1900 is a support region I'm watching here on this chart in front of you.
Bruce just messaged us on WhatsApp to say that the DOJ dog, the DOJ rather dog, potentially has settled in some respects. So obviously, I haven't looked at it yet, but that would explain the pump.
Bruce.
Hey.
Good morning.
While you guys are doing the thing, I bought Space, Rio, Pith, and I already own GFAL. And nice. I already got into AVAX, DYDX, and STMX. I'm really enjoying this.
DGen.
I've had a good morning.
Bruce, what's going on here?
You guys keep talking because I'm having fun.
Mate, wait for the next call. We say the best for last.
We've got the best for last. Okay, this is the best for last. It's incredibly high risk, guys. What's the like situation here? What's the like in
Probably not enough.
399. Okay, 500 likes.
One more.
Bringing you. Okay.
One more.
Come on.
400.
Oh.
Come on,
guys. We want 500 likes, and we're going to bring out the best for last. Simon was saving the best for last. It's coming, guys.
I've got it.
You need to have faith. While we wait for the likes, I want to show you this WLD that Jay brought to my attention earlier today. There is an inverse head and shoulders potentially here on WLD. Wow, coin. So we are looking at that. Potential bullish stuff happening here. We don't really want to lose this trend. So let it ride this trend. But if it does break up there is a potential bullish play coming here on WLD. So keep that on your watch list as well. Dimas B doesn't want to like it. Doesn't want to like it. He says, shut up with your likes. What's going on here, bro? We want a couple of likes. We want to give you some tokens. Fahad, welcome back. I haven't seen you in the chat for a while. Good to have you back. And Martina wants an oil update. So yeah, this is where I am with my oil situation currently. I've closed most of my oil. I have 2 more oil longs open. Let me show you why. We are now at a resistance area. So we caught that oil long off the 786. It was a horizontal and a 786 bounce for us on oil. The RSI was heavily oversold. We had a little double bottom. It made total sense to climb into an oil long there, and lovely push for oil. Now 200-day MA, 618 and horizontal resistance for me. So that was enough for me to take profit So I've clipped off 4 of my oil longs. I've left 2 in the tank in case it wants to go higher. In case oil wants to go higher, we needed to pop the 200-day MA, and I want to see this become support for us. And then we're going to ride it to 82. So I'm leaving those other 2 oils open unless this starts collapsing completely. And once we have support, then I'm going to raise stops under that region and hopefully send it. Who knows? Maybe even add to it. So Martina, that is how I'm playing it now. So if you are long oil, you are currently long into resistance. So just be a little bit careful there. Okay, so guys, let us know in the chats. Is the bull market over? That short bull market that we had for 3 days. I mean, or 2 days.
Mama Sniper's just messaged as well. So backing up what Bruce has basically said. I think we're going to the moon, and the moon's that way now. That way, not down, not the horizon.
Did we get our likeage, guys? 27 likes, and we're bringing you some power here. 27 likes. Come, let's do this. Michelle says 470. We've got Michelle. You're very good at head of likes there. I'm enjoying it.
Head of likes.
She can have my job. She can have it.
Head of likes officer.
Oh, there you go. Michelle's updated us again. There we go.
488. Oh, Michelle's job. I'm sorry. I'll keep quiet.
Yeah.
Bye, Michelle.
Hey guys, it's coming. Umar wants this. He says he wants this thing. Come on, we're nearly there. Michelle, keep firing away there.
There we go.
It's going down. She wrote 488. Now it's 475. 507. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Okay, bring the power, Simon. What is the name?
I'm not going to do it now. No. I'm joking. Yeah. Okay. All right. Do you want to bring up my screen, or do you want me just to launch into it? What do you want to do?
Launch into it. I'll pull up the chart.
Okay. So 3 people have called it in the chat already. Lit Lab Games, guys. This is Luba thinks that's funny. That's very cool. Okay, Lit Lab Games. It's Lit LITT is the ticker. I've picked it up on BitGet, and it's also available on MEXC. So the story with this one, we actually called this today. Now, according to my notes and research, the market cap is 13 million. I'm going to check that right now. Hang on. Market cap, it says 12,900,000. So according to what I'm reading, pardon me? Okay, you brought me up, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so look, here's the market cap. It's confirmed. This is what we've done in, let's go with 30 days. So in 30 days, we've had a nice push. We had a retrace, probably to some sort of healthy fib from there. Another push up. We've had a retrace again. We look like we're still reacting today. Just bring it up on the 1 hour real quick. Don't worry about the Lux algo settings. I haven't changed them. But in essence, this is looking quite healthy. It's a nice push up. We've got a retrace. The Lit Lab Games, it's basically the first esports publisher launching games backed by the blockchain technology with a crypto-based economy. Now, what I like about this, the team is fully doxed, loads and loads of experience. Some of the guys on the team have got 20 years plus experience. So, I mean, I counted up, it was like 100 and something years between them. What I also like about this is it's got staking. You can connect your wallet. The staking, obviously, these are pools. These are when you have 2 tokens together. I don't generally like to do this, but staking and earning 21% or lower if you choose return, which I really like. I've got another coin, 𝗬𝗏, which I like to stake. It's a similar sort of thing. So this is basically, so like I said, it's a gaming studio. It's got 4 no, that's not right. And this is the esports publisher. They're fully doxed, lots of experience, wallet, linkable. It's got its own dashboard, and there are token investment opportunities. They've got a game out called Cyber Titans, which I haven't played. I'm too busy researching these things to actually play anything. But if you go to the main website, you can connect up and buy this way. You can buy through a centralized exchange, and you can literally play their game for free. So this is a working studio. And apparently, from what I can see, there's a lot on the horizon. The target I've got for this was a 40x. And I got to this by running it through if the market cap was similar to an alternative product. So same as I did with Gala before, I've got a 40x and a target of $1.20. So whether it gets there anytime soon or not remains to be seen, but we're currently sitting at 3 cents. So this is ultra early. This is really early. The token launched on MEXC in May 23. There was obviously the slow bleed down in what would have remained of the bull market. We finally leveled out. We've been green ever since, bar a small period. And obviously now we're approaching that moon. So in terms of what I would do here, I would put it down to a lower time frame. I'd run your fib levels. I can just quickly do one. I'm sure Dylan will be able to do a better job than I will. But if I was to run a fib there, I can see that we're somewhere near the 618. So plan your trades accordingly. You know, set yourself around the 618 in entry point. It looks like we're there now, or there and thereabouts. Maybe setting up some sort of support here. And then the idea is with these really early ones is that we just get a continuation of this. So between where I've just mentioned that we could get to, I mean, let me just keep scrolling real quick. That's that. So early, guys, really early. And I know that there's good support for this. I've trawled through Twitter. I've seen what people have said about it. I've looked at the game. I haven't played the game. I can see people in the chat here real quick. Dylan, you may want to bring your own screen up at this point, but if I was to roll back through the chat that we've got, I can see that there's quite a few people that have spoken about it. So this strikes me as one of these coins that will be similar to GFAL. I like the tokenomics, and it hasn't yet started rolling, and that's what excites me the most. So this is, for me, the big one. I threw a load of money in it yesterday. I'm really excited for it.
Okay. Good support region coming in here at 26. Bruce, of course you did.
Oh yeah, I'm having a great time.
Did you just get some?
No work.
Did you get some?
No work. Oh hell yeah! No, I get to hang out today and make money. Stuff. I love this.
So guys, this is spot stuff. Don't take massive risks with these things. They do have the possibility to go 20x for you, but they can also send you to zero. So you need to understand that.
Yes.
Anything you put in these things, you can lose. So there's no guarantees. But these are all interesting things to us. A lot of them are available on BitGet or MEXC. There are links in the description. So if you don't have BitGet or MEXC, grab a link in the description and you can grab it on one of those sites. And then guys, don't forget, if you guess the price of BTC before the end of the year by clicking on the BTC bubble in the banter bubbles, you can win a full BTC, provided you have taken 10 trades by the 1st of January using any of our banter links. So if you don't have one of our banter links, use any one of the links in the description there. OKX, CoinW, BitGet, BYBIT, and guess the price of BTC. So I mean, I look through this every day, and it hasn't really got too bearish. I see there's a couple now in the 20s. We've got Verdam at 22,000. We got Christopher 26,000, but the general feel is still green. So over 40s. I'm still looking at over 40s for the end of the year for me. I know we discuss this often, Simon. I haven't asked you in a while. What's your prediction for the end of the year?
I can't remember what the last predictions that I put in. I think I'm due to put them in for this week again. I was actually quite high. I was in one of them. I've got 5 exchanges. One of them was very, very late 40s. I think maybe 48, 49. And then the others have been obviously trying to beat the next person in the mid 37, 38 range. Yeah. I think probably will be up slightly higher. I don't think we're going to see 50 like people are saying. But you know what? We've got 600 days according to Run. Mate, in 600 days, we'll be on the moon. Dressed up astronauts. It won't matter if it's at 30 grand or 50 grand. We're going to be buying yachts and hanging out in the Porsche showroom or the Ferrari showroom. I'm telling you, this is our time, guys.
This 𝗓𝐶𝐵 is a little bit concerning to me. My 𝗓𝐶𝐵 trade is melting down slowly. It was $2,000 and something up. Now it's sitting at a 382. It's $1,000 up. I'm watching this area closely. So for those of you that are trading 𝗓𝐶𝐵, this is the 4 hour. You can see what's happened here. I mean, was that the top? Was that the all-time high? Was that the end for 𝗓𝐶𝐵? We've lost. Lost this trend. We've lost the trend. Okay, so we have dipped down. Where did we react? 382. So nice, strong reaction right now. Yeah, my cash trade is under a bit of pressure. There it is on MEXC. It's now 1,100 up. Just now it dipped sub 1,000. I was feeling a little bit uncomfortable. Yeah, my intention is to hold that thing to basically zero or the moon.
We're not done with cash. There was a little bit of FUD. It's hopefully over. On we go.
So 382. Tell us about the FUD. What happened there?
I didn't pay any attention because I'm such a Casper degen. I'm telling you now, my spot bag, if it fluctuates by a few percent, so what? When it gets to $1, I'm not going to care. In fact, all I'm doing is I'm loading up more and more and more. The lower this goes, the more I'm buying. I believe in Casper as much as I believed in Luna. So what does that tell you?
Well, Love and Win isn't a fan. He says Cass is coming down. Yeah, let's see how it plays out. I think my stop is, or my liquidation is 0.099. So somewhere around this yellow mark here, you can see on my chart. So that's my danger zone. If it hits there, then that trade is over, and then I'm looking for a new trade on Cass. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Okay, Black Sales asked about DNX, and I pulled that up for him or her just now, and yeah, fairly decent reaction. This is the 12 hour on DNX. He says it is on par with Casper in the mining community. Let's see what we got here. Have you heard of this thing?
I have, yeah.
Okay,
mate.
Well, we've got a nice.
There's been a lot of plays. There's been a lot of plays this week, haven't there? It's good to see that we're on centralized exchanges, not like that cubic debacle we've had all weekend last week. Hey, that was tough. But anyone that got it, hopefully, will do very well. But that was a mission, wasn't it?
Yeah, that wasn't the best. Okay, yeah. So there's that token called 𝐶ubic. I think everyone's talking about it now. Even Carl had it on his show the other day.
Of course,
so that is quite difficult to buy. Yeah. So okay,
that's good.
382 for DNX. Yeah, nice reaction, guys. Trend break, trend retest, bounce. So it looks all right here. Your support for now is, well, you can either look at that 382, 1.13, or you looking at 1.043. That's a possible exit zone there on that one. Okay, guys, give us two tokens in the chats here. Nicole wants to see AVAX. Let's do AVAX, and then maybe we need to do some APE or something. Let's look at AVAX.
Rune, maybe.
Oh, I'd love to do Rune. I haven't looked at Rune in a while.
I see Rune in the chat.
Oh, Rune looks good.
Okay, so AVAX lost trend. So we saw Solana, MATIC, Phantom, etc., lost their trend. Now it's AVAX lost trend, bouncing, pushing up. Look for a reaction here at the 618. So 22.1 is a possible rejection area now. Okay, the bears are going to say, well, we're looking for this push into trend. The bears are saying we want to see that test and then send it lower. So just keep that in mind. You can see this nice trend up here. So just be careful here with AVAX. Your support currently is 20.2. That's your support region. And just look out for a rejection here at the 618. If it starts pushing higher, then that bearish sort of setup gets invalidated, and yeah, we move on to better things. Okay, Rune. I haven't looked at Rune in ages. I feel like I actually got stopped out on Rune yesterday. I was long Rune yesterday, and
right at the 618, looking good.
This is a good buying zone, hey.
I took a long on Rune on the 1 hour yesterday. And I think I got taken out there. Let's see.
Yeah, that big candle took everybody out. But it's consolidated, so.
Let me just pull up a meter chart. I want to pull up the one I was using yesterday.
I'll tell you what, Dylan, just while you're doing that, I've got some absolute corkers to vet for next week if we do this again next week. We've got some ridiculous ones.
I'm happy to do this. Guys, let us know. Do you want these altcoin gems? Do you want us to bring these up for you? We can do this. We can do this every week.
Next.
Okay, there we go.
Time we do it, I've got a couple of corkers, mate. I've got to research and vet them first, but this is going to be hectic.
Okay, well, guys, let us know if you want more 20x shitcoins.
Who wants money? Who wants money?
Okay, so yeah, Rune range play. I got stopped out here. Let's see, where did I must have got stopped out here. So yeah, I played that trend break. We played that, and then it drifted out. But again, we've got a range now. So Rune, you know, we can see this clearly defined range here. 5.14 is your low, and your high 5.6. So watch that area. How do you play this? Well, wait for it to push up perhaps, and then you can grab it up there once you've got that support. Otherwise, let it drift lower, and maybe grab it at that range low. So yeah, right now this will make a nice support base once it does break. So nice little bit of consolidation here. If it does break higher, it's great support for you. Mr. Bucky says more shit.
More shit.
We've got you guys, Mr. Bucky.
More shit.
Okay, so we'll bring you more of that. What shall we close with here? Let's see. Link looking good still, guys. Link, nice bounce. TIA. Yeah, let's look at this TIA, because that thing was looked like it was about 20% down on Banter Bubbles earlier. Let's see.
Yeah.
TIA 19.3% down today.
Celestia,
let's see
isn't it?
Yeah, let's look at it.
It's funny, everybody was talking about this like it was the best thing since sliced bread. I didn't buy into this. I don't know why.
Well, look, this is what happens with a hype.
Yeah, exactly.
They all sort of reset. So remember, people get hyped about a token, and you think you've missed the boat, and you FOMO in, and then, you know, next week they've moved on. There's another narrative, there's another token,
right?
And they leave you in the dust. So TIA
holding the bags.
Okay, so let's take a look here. Let's get some Fibonacci going.
It looks like people want this again next week.
Yeah, I think we can do that fairly regularly. I do want to do a meme coin session as well. I really want to go like full on meme here. I want to literally cover everything. I want to do like 20 absolute shit coins.
I've got you the worst of the shit coins. It's not even a shit coin, it's worse. Don't worry, that's fine. Okay.
Perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, so Celestia, guys, 382 bounce. It really is as simple as that. Pulling a 382 fib for your reaction. I mean, yeah, it's ridiculous, but it does work. It does work. Okay, so this is your support now. So if you are hanging on to TIA, your support is the low from earlier. So call it 5.1 is your support. So if you're looking to maybe exit, or you want to shake yourself out of that thing, let it lose that level first to confirm that it is perhaps going down, because the 382 right now is a reaction zone, is a potential bounce zone. So yeah, could be all right there. Everyone's loving AVAX. I see there's a lot of comments in the chat about AVAX ripping. Let's update BNB. BNB is good. Let's pull up AVAX. Yeah, so again, yeah, just same story. It's going to react at the 618. So just be careful at this 618 region here. Okay, so no changes. Look for this reaction. If it breaks higher, find support there, then that is invalidated, and then we are full bull. I still see there's good things about AVAX coming out in the news and things like that. So there are a couple of good stories out there.
They got a donation of 10 million, maybe, I think was the number today, to continue whatever the AVAX Foundation is doing.
Yeah.
So people are still pumping money in.
Okay, so it was funny. I mean, there was a lot of FUD about AVAX and the management team and all sorts of things, and I actually personally thought AVAX was done. But yeah, sounds like it is still a functioning project, guys. This is BTC, just an update. Okay, so we had that bounce. The news came out. BTC pumped. You can see this candle they gave it, but now, you know, after you pump on news, it's all good and well, but we need to actually hold it. The market needs to decide now that we're good, and we got to hold this up. If we don't get buyers here, we're just going to melt down. So we don't want a situation where we're always reacting on news and then dumping. That's not healthy for anybody, and especially for our longs. If we're longing off these support regions, you know, a little news pump and then they reject us and they stop us out. That's frustrating. So BTC, if I were you, I'm watching 36,700 now as support, and the low is today's wick 36,240. So these are areas to keep your eyes on. If we come back to revisit this wick, I think these alts are going to bleed again, and then they're going to drop to levels where they weren't at just now. So I think they're going to find new lows potentially. So again, one eye on dominance. If BTC is dropping, you can be a little bit more comfortable if dominance is dropping. Okay, so you'll watch your alts. You'll see BTC dropping. If dominance is dropping with these altcoins, they generally get hurt a little bit less than the other way around, or actually a lot less. So if BTC drops and dominance pumps, guys, that's when you need to be very careful with how you are playing things. So always have one eye on dominance, one eye on BTC, and then one eye on your favorite altcoin. Okay, Simon, Bruce, thank you guys for the entertainment. Simon, thanks for the great offer today. I'm sure everybody appreciated that. I certainly did. And yeah, we're going to do that again, guys. Yeah, absolute pleasure again being here with you, bringing you the charts, bringing you all these things. Love doing this. And yeah, we'll catch you on a Sniper Club. We have the Discord there, Sniper Club. There is some kind of Black Friday situation happening. So take a look at the link in the description, and we'll catch you there. Simon, Bruce, thanks, guys. See you guys tomorrow. Ciao.
Sweet.